What if your emotions were meaningless on the deepest level? So they're meaningful on a relative level, but at the deepest level, what if they didn't mean anything about who you are? I love the irony of this game that we're playing, because it really is so simple. I used to say all the time in those meetings that I was always expecting people to suddenly realize what I'm talking about, what I'm pointing to, and just burst out laughing and get up and walk out. Actually, it happened once. But there's several ironies. One is just simply that it's a great challenge, and that's the only reason that we have these meetings, is because there's some way that out in the world, the ego is supported by everybody. We are all living in a soup of who I think I am and who you are, and I'm right and you're wrong, and you're right, I'm wrong, and this sense of human doership. And so that it's so easy to be supported in re-identifying as a person, as a human, as a woman, as a man, as being good or being bad or being successful. And so then these meetings are to counteract that. These meetings are to offer a kind of refuge where you don't have to be anybody, and you can really tell the truth about who you are. So somehow they're needed, If they weren't needed, I remember Eli would say, maybe in 1,000 years, these meetings would be obsolete. It would be obvious, everyone would know the truth. We have matured as a species beyond the habitual chewing gum of thinking and identification. Maybe AI will help us. So the simplicity of it is so simple. You cannot get any more simple than silence, than love, than presence. It's so simple that gets overlooked. Often for seekers, it gets overlooked for wanting some kind of powerful, big experience, because that is my indicator that I'm awake. It's because of my feelings. We were a very mind-dominated species. Even the Indian masters, when they were talking about how to wake up, and they would say, not this, not that. Have you heard of that? Not this, not that. It's a process of denial of what's not you. So I am not the body. I am not the mind. I am not my thoughts. And if you look at the old scriptures, they don't talk about emotions, because I don't know what it was like 5,000 years ago, whenever they were writing the Upanishads. But maybe they didn't have a lot of emotions, I'm not sure. Certainly we have complex emotions, and we are quite identified with them, to the point where often spirituality takes the form, let's say New Age spirituality takes the form of really respecting our emotions, because we have denied them, we have suppressed them. So to feel them, to come into your emotions, to let yourself express your truth, that's a great stage, a really good step, to be conscious I'm afraid, conscious I'm sad, and I'm angry. It's good to be true to yourself that, yes, I'm angry. And then to see that we treat our emotions and our feelings as it's like the next thing that we idolize and idealize and objectify. and call me. So there's a real untethering. Like, what if your emotions were meaningless on the deepest level? So they're meaningful on a relative level, but at the deepest level, what if they didn't mean anything about who you are? What if they had no bearing on what you want at the deepest level? Like, to be love does not exclude feeling sad. I mean, and you could check in with love to see what love feels about being sad. Does it have a problem with being sad? I don't think so. And being love, or the recognition, I am love, or I am silence, or I am connected, whatever it is for you, to me these are all the same thing. It's a thread that is true and here through your entire life. It's a reality of the present moment, which it's always been. In that case, you can have varying emotions here or there in time and space, and it has no bearing on the deepest truth, what's always true. Any kind of feeling, so you can have exalted states of samadhi and bliss, and you can have very contracted states of being a horrible person and hating everybody. And it means absolutely nothing about the deepest truth. That's really good news, isn't it?